What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb. You know, it takes a good 2 minutes for you guys to come on in. So come on in, drop your city and state, and let's enjoy some Brazilian music. Come on in, drop your city and state. We're going to listen to some Brazilian music till we get started. You guys ever heard of Paula Lima? She's this. Come on in, drop your city and state. Bring it in, drop your city and state. What's up tonight? It's 36 of y'all in here. Should be 36 likes. All right. It's 44 of y'all in here. Guys, as you come in, make sure you put your city and state. Make sure you put a 1 if you can hear me in the comments. Put a 2 if you like the Brazilian music. Paula Lima is amazing. So, you guys already know if you've been following me on Instagram. I went earlier talking about some things. I posted it on Facebook. I posted several places because I think what's end up happening is we're on YouTube and it's its own little world, and everybody is talking about. They're talking about interracial dating and Pookie and Ray Ray and them and all this other stuff, and they're completely missing what's going on in their America, what's happening in their American backyard. They're missing it. And some people are already giving up. I read 3 articles today, not 1, not 2, but 3, where people are like, I just will never have enough to live the American dream. So I'm just saving enough so I can go live in Panama for the rest of my years. And I go, okay, but if you ever have an emergency, if you ever have anything happen, why don't you pick somewhere to fight? Many people are saying, no, Erica, that's too much. I'm checking out completely. Checking out of the process, completely checking out of the system. Make sure y'all hit the like button. It's 60 some of y'all in here. Hope you enjoyed the Brazilian music. I really do, because I love it. And I just had a hit. Listen, I was an article earlier, and I knew it was true because in the trucking industry, I've been showing a lot of people, about owning trucks. And, from one end to the next, oh, I got a felony. Oh, I don't want responsibility. Oh, trucks cost so much, and da 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 da. Oh, I got a brother who was in trucking. He never made any money and da da da. And I said, well, didn't he always drive the company's truck? Didn't he always drive locally? You're talking about apples and oranges. And here's what that is. This is a low expectation. This is a low expectation. I did an Instagram video earlier about 2 books. The Compound Effect and The Slight Edge. Now, why did I do that? I have seen in the gym, and I was telling him how I was in the gym and I couldn't figure out how to do this machine. And this guy just came over 2 seconds, put it, oh, it's just like this, honey. Boom, 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 and done. Walked off. Because he's been in there, what? Probably every Friday, every Saturday, probably for a year, maybe 2 years. A lot of times I'm on Instagram, a lot of men will post, this is my Friday night. They're not at the bars. They're not dating some chick. They're posting their Friday night as the gym. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody each his own. But what I'm trying to say is it doesn't take much to be the slight edge. Now, as much as people say, well, Erica, you don't know what you're talking about. Yes, listen, hear me out. You are the compound effect of choices over the past 5 years. 5 to 10. You're the result of that. right? I had somebody doing work for me in the back office. We're trying to figure out how to put these two new websites up. And the first thing he said is, "Holy crap, you have amazing sales, but you have ugly websites." And I laughed because I said it wasn't always this way. I've been doing this for years and years and 3,000 consulting calls and lots of trial and error. But what people don't understand is, you know what, maybe 2, 3 years for a lot of people, we're as Americans are just choosing to go, peace out. I'm not even going to fight. And that's scary because earlier I watched a couple different channels. I saw Glenn and Cameron. I saw a couple other people today. And I saw this guy who's always posting his wins. He said, "Hey, I lost $700 in the stock market." And people are like, "What? But you never lose." He said, "That doesn't make any sense." Of course I have losing days. I just don't post them all the time. It's important that people see that. Now I'm going to show you guys an article where, of course, we're talking about the Sikhs. There are over 30,000 Sikhs who've come into the trucking industry in the past 2 years. Look at me again, 2 years. A lot of people say, "Well, Erica, trucking's dead. Driverless trucks and all this stuff they're talking about that they don't know what they're talking about." People in the 80s said there were going to be driverless trucks. People in the 90s said that machines was going to do all this and automation was going to kill everything. They've been saying that for years, and yet there are people living in conditions they don't want to live in and refusing to work. I've even know a couple felons who we've said, "Hey, listen, you could do this with your truck and this and that." "Well, I don't want to do that. I just want an office job somewhere." "Well, let's keep it 100, homie. You got a felony and you don't have any office skills. So those two things don't exist together. And the reason I'm bringing up this article and why it's so important, and I'm going to show it to you guys here in a second. The reason I'm bringing this article up is one of the guys in the trucking industry. He's been in the industry 13 years. If anybody knows anybody who's been in trucking for at least 10 years, put a 3 in the comments. If you know anybody in your family, immediate family, distant cousin, somebody who's been in trucking for at least 10 years, put a 3 in the comments. Now, why am I asking you to do that? Because this guy's been in the trucking industry 13 years and he's Sikh. Now, he said religiously, they like to grow long beards. They like to wear the turban. And it's hard for them to get office jobs because they will not cut the beard. There's a guy here on YouTube called Minority Mindset. He has the beard. And when he told people he was 26 years old, everybody was like, "Oh my God, you look 40 with that terrible beard." And he just looked like, "It's my religion. I'm only 26. And I want to say, "Yeah, dude, you need to cut that beard." But this guy's been in trucking for 13 years. Now, what does he have? 9 rigs and a whole truck stop. I'm getting ready to show y'all the video, but the reason I'm talking about this is you have in 2 years, they've convinced 30,000 Sikhs that this is where the gold is in America. Not hotels, because other Indians have that. Not gas stations, because the Arabs have that. Not these over here, because they have that. But trucking. This is happening with Russians in the Midwest. Nick Taylor even said a bunch of Russians came from up north to try to get contracts in Texas. This is happening all over the United States. And so when I talk about trucking, people go, "Well, I don't want that lifestyle. I like to be home on the weekends. I like to be local," and yada, yada, yada. And what ends up happening is a lot of times the thing you want to tell people is it doesn't take much. It's a slight edge. It's a slight couple of choices that have gotten them here. And here's the thing. Now let's do the math. I want to do the math on this because this guy's been in the industry 13 years now, but these new young guys who got in because they saw videos, they saw stuff on TV. Now let's do the math. If 30,000 Sikhs all buy 3 trucks, they drive one, they rent the other 2 out, they'll be owning 90,000 trucks on the road. Let's do the math. If 30,000 Sikhs buy 9 trucks like the guy who's recruiting them to buy all these trucks, right? They would own over 270,000 trucks on the United States road. Why is this important? Because this is how you buy up an industry. This is how you become the industry. Now, a lot of times I'll come on here and I told you there's a few people on Instagram, I won't mention their name. They have 2 trucks and every weekend they're popping bottles in the islands. I'm not even joking. I'm not going to call this man out, but there's 2 of them. Every weekend, they in some island, bottle popping, having a blast. And he's young, and I get it. But that's off 2 trucks. So imagine if he actually hunkered down and got 4 trucks or 10 trucks. And we got people in all communities, but I say ours, who are like, oh man, I ain't trying to do that. I got a cousin been driving trucks all these years. He ain't got no money. I don't know if anything about y'all, but I've seen a lot of truckers who have houses full of TVs, cars and shoes they'll never wear, and they love eating out at restaurants. Love it. And the reason I'm saying this is it's important. It's important. We're in America, and every year somebody says, well, they got the hair industry, Erica. They got the gas stations. They got the grocery stores. They got everything. Where can we go? What about trucks? Man, I don't want to do that, Erica. Get that out of my face. Well, you ain't got to drive it. You ain't even got to do daily operations. Just own it. I'm sitting here yesterday and I shared the Hood Estates Trucking with y'all. Can I tell y'all I got 7 emails complaining about me sharing the Hood Estates Trucking deal with y'all? I got 7. I'm not going to call you out because you're always on here. But those 7 people who sent me emails complaining about trucks and how dare I bring up that like it's so easy and, I'm basically cutting out the young man who's driving pay and all this other mess I got in my emails yesterday. That's silly. That's silly and short-sighted. And what we're dealing with right now in America is not a lack of money. Honey, there's money out there. We're dealing with a lack of vision, a lack of focus, there has to be a plan. And these people are going to come in here 30,000 strong. And in 5-10 years, y'all going to look up and go, whoa, we can't get any loads because they own all the dispatches. We can't get anything happening because they own all the everything. I mean, this is how this starts. If people have questions about the Vietnamese owning a lot of seafood restaurants in New Orleans and in Arkansas, why? Why do they own the farmeries and fisheries? Because they started in the 70s and 80s and just consolidated over and over and over. So look, I'm going to bring up the video. It's 110 of y'all on here. What's up? If you're here, make sure you post your city. Make sure you post your state. If you like the content, put a 1 in here. Put a like, any of those. Now, are you guys ready for me to share with you the video? Hopefully you can hear me. If you guys can't hear it, you need to immediately say something in the comments because I want to make sure you guys can hear the video. All right, let's go over here. And if you can't hear the video, please say something in the comments because if not, we're all going to miss out on the great information. Can you guys hear it? Oh, no. Okay, you guys can't hear it. You guys can't hear it. Okay, no worries. No worries. Let's go over here. We're just going to have to do it old school style. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me talking? Can you hear me talking? Tell me if you can hear me talking. Guys, can you hear me talking? Can you hear Erica Williams talking? Don't worry. We're going to roll up through the article. Okay, it's all right. Can you see the screen, though? Everybody see the screen, though? That's good. Now, you guys can go check this article out. I'll put it in the comment section since you couldn't hear him talking. That sucks. Okay, here is 30,000 Indian American Sikhs have entered the trucking industry in 2 years. Now, let's read it right again here. 2 years. That means 15,000 rolled in last year and 15,000 rolled out. Come on. Come on. All right. Now, let's go on down. Let's go on down. Okay, the turnover rate for truckers is 96%. More than 50,000 drivers are needed to meet the demands. Now look at that beard. Look at that turban. It says it can't work in office. This man right here, unassuming. Now he really doesn't drive often. Let's be honest. He owns this trucker station that you're going to see here in the video, but you guys can't hear it. And he owns 9 rigs. He ain't drove in a long time. Let's not fake the funk. Now, he bought a used tractor trailer 13 years ago. He now owns 9 rigs plus a truck stock in Laramie. He has even added a Sikh temple to his truck stop. His kitchen offers Indian specials that attracts who? Non-Indian people. All right. He says there's a video in his Bollywood style where it has. Is the screen not clear, Joseph? Well, here's the thing. How about this? Then the day you guys can go in the link and check it out for yourself. How about that? Long the story short, you need to watch this video when you get a chance. Hold on. Since we're having, let me change it. Hold on. Okay. Clearly, I have to change the quality on that. Dang it. All right. So look, you got the gist of it. If you can see the turban and the beard, you got the gist of it, right? But I see you guys are having a hard time seeing it. So let's just switch back to the conversation. Now, why did I show you that? Why did I show it? Look, Michael Smith said, Laramie, I've eaten there. Good food. I've been around Indian truck owners for 4 years now. Indians aren't the only ones. Russian, Turks, Greeks. Yeah, Germans. I've been saying that earlier. You must have just got in here, fat boy lifestyle. Why am I bringing this up? Because several people who, two of them don't want to be identified. One actually watches the channel. If he ever wants to come on, he is open and welcome to. I've said it multiple times. Literally goes, gets his LLC, EIN number, gets his office in Houston, goes over to Navy Federal, gets $40,000 equipment loan, and buys a truck and has a driver in 2 days through Sea Charter, Seacom, and now is making $1,000 to $1,500 a week. And guess what? He's African. Most of the big hitters you're starting to see on YouTube, even Max Maxwell, some of these people, they're not African Americans. They're Africans. Yeah, they look black. They got the beard, they got the hair, they got everything, but they're Africans. Even they are coming into America, seeing what we're seeing, sometimes living in our same neighborhoods, living in our communities, not getting the best schools, and going, you know what? We better own something. In Houston right now, they've got 4 or 5, no, they got 7 different African groups down there who are just kicking butt. And you know them when you see them, and you know when you see regular African Americans. That's the difference. You just know. I've talked to a lot of them. I go, man, you sharp, clean guy. Then he's wearing his Ghana. Then this other guy's wearing his Nigerian stuff. Then this other guy's wearing his stuff. And I go, man, you Nigerians are kicking butt. And when you ask them how they do it, when you ask them, oh, I see your phone number. I don't know if you want everybody to see your number, though. All right. When you ask them how they do it, they sit there and share it with you. And when I sat here and shared the hood estates with y'all, I really am shocked that I got 7 emails of people really being upset that I'm sharing this information. Now, what is the information I'm sharing? Again, it's Hood Estates. I'll share it again. Hood Estates is doing 30% off their trucking course, where they don't have daily operations. They don't be scheduling loads. They don't be doing that. They have a trucker, 1099, and they're making $1,000 to $1,500 a week. They own the truck just like a tool. And I put the code at the top. Exactly, Chris Lee TV. He's another trucker. Not only do they own trucks, but restaurants and gas stations, you'll see their trucks parked outside of them sometimes. And it's not even about, Erica, I don't want to own a business. I don't want to own a business. And I go, it's not even about owning a business anymore as much as it is about just owning a piece of America, owning some asset. And literally, you have 30,000 Sikhs go into trucking in 2 years. Now, some people say they've been seeing them for 4 years. That's true. There's probably some people who've been seeing for a long time. But when I see these numbers, I don't understand what's the disconnect. When I'm sitting here laying it out in a row on tracks, I don't understand. I don't understand. I literally have already proposed to 4 people, let's go buy trucks, and all 4 have already signed contracts and we're ready to roll. So I don't understand when I talk about it on here, the pushback. I really don't. I don't understand when I talk about stocks or bonds or assets or owning anything. I'm confused to what's happening. If the economy is still roaring, you don't want to own real estate? You don't want to invest in this economy? Am I missing some dots here? Y'all let me know if I'm missing something here. So again, For the guy who posted his number, I'll give you a call for sure. Um, there's several. There's several. I'm just confused. So anyway, there's 130 of y'all in here. Let's make sure we get the likes up and let's go ahead and go over your comments. But here's what I'm seeing, and I'll be really honest. There's a lot of give up. And the reason I keep mentioning the compound effort and the slight edge book is it don't even take much. I mean, literally this much effort. I mean, I've seen people who 5 years ago, I was like, hey, let's all start YouTube channels. You guys are some of the smartest and brightest people I know. Let's go start YouTube channels and share our knowledge and like talk to people on the phone with consults and all this stuff. And it'll be helpful. We'll help them, they'll help us. And these 5 people are like, no, you're gonna, no, I don't want to do that. 5 years later, man, you still doing that YouTube thing, Erica? Oh my God, you just did this newspaper article. You just were in LinkedIn talking about the hurricane in Houston. You were just doing all these things, and it's literally just a slight decision, a slight edge that changes the course of your life. It's just a little bit. And here's what I'm telling y'all. People are, and I'm gonna do this, and if they come at me, I understand. There are people with channels telling you not to date women, and they sitting right there with a girlfriend and a wife that stays at home. There are people saying that how can people afford stay-at-home wives? And I've already told y'all the data said the past decade, stay-at-home wives went up 13%. How is that possible? That's because people are doing the math. If she go to work and these kids go to baby daycare, it's super expensive. It doesn't make economical sense. She should stay home. Black homeschoolers went up 100,000 families. But yet everybody out here is like, oh man, Erica's the struggle. Nobody wants to start a business. It's not even about starting businesses. Some of y'all, if y'all own one or two rentals, you would have a whole different life. Your taxes would be different. Your whole setup would be different. And I'm like, I'm just trying to figure it out, yo. Y'all just blame me. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. But let me see what y'all got in these comments. Thank you, Mark. One Mark DC for the $5 super chat. I'm gonna be in here. I'm just sitting here watching. And I can tell y'all right now, 2-3 years. What's up from Dallas, Natasha, Raleigh, Jabras, Aaron, Black Legacy, Bronx, New York, Little Rock, okay, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Texas, Lisa, Chesapeake via Tabitha, New Jersey, East Orange, New Jersey, to be exact, Phoenix, Arizona, Leslie, Phoenix, Arizona, Tim, Dallas, Texas, Danny Jasmine, New Orleans. Danny, help me find that condo down there. I mean, I was just talking about this while we were talking about New Orleans. And I spent 4 hours a couple days ago calling around different agents and different companies that service Airbnbs. Now, why was I doing that? Because I looked up the 5 times actually I'm going to New Orleans, and I looked at the Mardi Gras time and the other times I'm going and the Jazz Fest, and I looked at the cost. $500-$600 a night for the places I wanted to stay. And I started adding it up because I'm gonna be there a week at a time each time. And I was like, I could buy a rental, a cheaper condo for what I'm paying in hotel fees and Airbnb the rest of the year. Now, in 4 hours, I found not one, not two, but 4 companies that control a lot of the Airbnb as far as processes, services, cleaning, getting it booked. And it was amazing. I was absolutely shocked. I didn't know it was that deep in New Orleans, but it is. But that was when I told people I did that, they were like, oh, you spent 4 hours? Yeah. Yeah, I spent 4 hours. It's not a lot of time to do a little bit of research to make sure you get a good company that'll call you back and do right. So, anyway, continue. Omaha, Nebraska. What's up, Alejandro? Brandon, Waynesboro, Mississippi. Hey, Erica. Hey, everybody from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You got Houston, Texas in his house. I guess that's how we say that. Los Angeles, California. Nicole, Austin, Texas. What's up, Austin, as well? I'm in North Carolina right now, but I'll be in Austin here shortly. ATL, Craig, Leslie, Florida, Dallas, Texas, D-Town. Asia tells me the only D is Detroit, but hey, I'll believe you, D-Town. Chicago, New York City, South Carolina, Lake City. Oh, what is that? Texas, nothing but intersectionality, which are side issues, while everybody else is working on their future. Always ready, 24/7. Let me tell you, baby, that is what I'm talking about. People are on the internet right now looking up travel points and how they can get hotel points and how they can do all these cool things. but they make a job that makes 30,000 a year. I'm sorry. Say what? There are people right now. I'm be careful. I don't want to talk about somebody else. I bought a program basically where you could be a traveling CEO. And what in the end, what people didn't realize is as the person was talking, you still had to work. This laptop lifestyle looks glorious, but you still have to work. And again, these people are all this other stuff. All this, I'm gonna go be tricking in the islands. I'm gonna go be in Brazil. I'm gonna go and do all this stuff. And it's like no real connection to the 20, let's put it this way. The $20,000 you're gonna spend in Brazil the next 2, 3 years, tricking off, tricking. You could take that 20 and put it in a rental. Now you can go live over there and trick longer. Right? Do you see the difference in the conversation? You know what I mean? I'm just giving examples. I may be wrong. My Friday, what's up? Ron Brown, hey. Hey fam, I see everybody feels like community here. What's up? Need a good GPS device for my truck. Any advice, truckers? Michael Smith, forgive me being off topic, but I do not know how to DM you. I think Dr. Boyce Watkins should run for president. I'm going to leave that one alone. Marine Beauty 21, just listen to the compound effect 2 days ago. It gave me cause to pause and think about how I'm doing and not doing things. Little things daily that count. Listen, Marine Beauty, there's a book called The Compound Effect and The Slight Edge are perfect. But Gary Keller's The One Thing has this one thing. If you don't get nothing outside that book about hour blocking and all this other stuff, there's this paragraph, there's this triangle where it goes, why are you doing this? Okay, you say your why. I'm gonna do a hypothetical. I'm doing this for my future kids. Why? So my future kids won't have to suffer. Why? Because I don't want another generation in this family to be poor. Why? Because being poor sucks. Why? Because I want more opportunity for me and my family. It's like once you start doing the why, all this other little stuff is easy, right? I'm doing a hypothetical for a guy, and you guys can eat me up if you want and tell me I'm doing it wrong. If I'm a guy, I want hot chicks. Why? Because I want hot chicks. But why? Because I deserve hot chicks. But why? Because I'm a good guy. I work out. I do all this. I have a job. I do it. You know what I'm saying? You start going, why? And it starts answering itself. The question answers itself. Okay? Why do I want a business over there in this community? Because I want to improve that neighborhood. Why? Because I grew up in that neighborhood. Okay, why? And the neighborhood wasn't good when I was there. Why? Because I lived there. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have to keep going to the inner deep why. And most people don't go further than the first part. Why? Because I deserve hot chicks. Why? Because I want money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys, if nothing else out of that book, that's the best part of that book. Because once you start saying why, a lot of people say, Eric, I want to quit my job. I'm sick of my job. I want to move to a new state. Why? Take 2 minutes on a piece of paper and write it out. Why? Why do you want to do this? Why? What is the reason for it? And the more you do, the deeper why, the answer comes clear, and then you just do what you want. How was yours? Thomas Jackson. I'm a felon. I spent a long time blaming the system. I had to get my shit together. I acquired the skills I needed. Now I'm doing fine. Congratulations, Thomas Jackson. Danny Jasmine. 3, myself, been in trucking 15 years, started from the bottom. Now I'm an owner operator. Congratulations, Danny Jackson. I would love to bring you on the show to talk about that. Hey, Erica, we are doing their DOT physicals and DOT drug screens at my clinic I work at. They are getting in, bringing their families, and creating their own companies. Honey, listen, I have a friend whose brother is so overweight. He cannot pass. It's not that he can't pass. You may know what I'm talking about, but they won't insure him. I don't know if you know what that means. Does that make sense to you, what I'm saying? It's not that he can't physically, like he's 300 plus pounds, but they won't insure him or something to that effect. And everybody in his family's like, bro, go walk on the treadmill for a month, every day for 2 hours, whatever you got to do to get your foot in the door. So they'll insure you. And now you start making money, and then you can do something different. But he won't even do that. You know, we got people out here talking about everybody's obese. Literally 50% of the American population is overweight. Yes. But do what you got to do to get where you're trying to go. You know? I'm at a gym right now here in North Carolina. I'm going to, and there's 2 brothers in there. And, you know, from the naked eye, they're kind of out of shape, kind of big. But I remember 2 people talking, saying, man, they look so great. They both lost 200 pounds. And I'm sitting here like, damn. From where I saw them, they didn't look impressive. But when I heard that, I almost wanted to walk across the gym and give them a handshake. Like, that's what's up. And I'm not asking all y'all to do massive changes with your life. I really am not on this channel. You often hear me say that extra $500 to $1,000 a month will change your life, because it will. It really will. It's not even a joke. It's that extra 500. And a lot of you will be like, well, Erica, I want to make 6 grand a month. And I'm like, how much you making now? 4 grand. Okay, you're just 2 grand short. What do we got to do to get you closer? You know what I'm saying? So, Chris Lee TV, preach. Wow, congratulations, Thomas Jackson. As a former corrections officer in SISTA, I'd love to hear that kind of report. My co-driver and I are grabbing 2 rigs, second quarter 2019. Congratulations, Michael Smith. Danny Smith, if they're not making money in trucking, they don't know. I hear that story every week. Oh, I got a cousin or uncle, somebody, he don't make no money. He been doing trucking for years. He gonna quit. And then every time I ask him about him, he ain't quit yet. So I'm like, either he's lying to you just to say something for you to get off his back asking questions, or he's making money. Think about it, honey. Raining Woman, $4.99. I know a guy in his early 30s quit his job recently and is self-sufficient, doing things like what you and Glendon talk about. I'm proud of him. Congratulations. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Jamar. Again, thank you, Mark DC1, for the $5 super chat. I like to go through y'all comments because I think it adds to the show. So some of y'all have sent me emails complaining that I read too many people's comments. It's a show. That's what we do here. Okay. If you don't like it, don't watch it. You dig? Don't email me 5 emails. Blue Chip Chick said, I work for one of the largest trucking companies in the USA. With the new logging mandates, there are not enough drivers for the amount of work. There's opportunity. You just got to go. Blue Chip Chick, you know what's up. You know it's the truth. There's a lot of work out there. Americans don't want to do it. A lot of times the oil rig companies, and even they offered one of my nephews, the oldest one, he's 20-something. Hey, you can get a job out here in Texas with the solar industry, and he didn't want it. He's like, oh, it's out in the middle of nowhere. And I said, I can't do anything for you if you're not listening. Hi, I love your channel, learning a lot. Thank you, Rick Carter. Thank you for the real. Raining Woman, do I need to own a dispatching company? No, Raining Woman. The link is in the bio. Any of my moderators, if you could go to the top of the chat and put that bit.ly in there, that would be highly appreciated. If you could do that, I would really appreciate that. I'm having problems copying and pasting into from here. It's not really letting me. So if you could, I'd appreciate it. If you can't, I understand it. Okay, let's see. Who else? Thank you, Charles Oglesby, for the $4.99 super chat. Today's show, for those of you who are late, it's 174 and y'all in here. You're just coming in here. What I've been talking about is the fact that 30,000 Sikhs have entered the trucking industry in the past 2 years. So that means 15,000 a year. And what the point of me sharing this on this show is, many people are complaining about the American dream. And I'm so sorry the video didn't play. It made me a little sad. Y'all definitely check the video out in the links. Is the guy at the end said, people say the American dream's dead. What do you think? And the Indian guy lights up and said, no, it's not. It's alive. Because it is. It's alive for them. They're actually going to go get it. So this is why I'm sharing this video today, because the guy he's been in the trucking industry 13 years. He owns 9 rigs and a truck stop. Now, I said, hypothetically, if 30,000 Sikhs all own 3 rigs, it's 90,000 rigs. If 30,000 Sikhs own 9 rigs, like the person they're following and leading and understanding from, that's 270,000 trucks on the road owned by one type of community. Do the math on that. That's life-changing. Okay. What's up? We got Fairfield, California in here. Somerville. Thank you, Ron Brown, for the $2 super chat. Oh, gosh, we got so many. Thank y'all for putting your cities and states. So apparently I need to go visit California, because there's a ton of California folks in here. Los Angeles, Baton Rouge, West Palm Beach, Florida. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Houston, Los Angeles. Let's see, who else? What? God, man, you guys are Detroit in the building. Erica, who is the guy training Salesforce? Sub-Zero should be on the show next week sometime. I got to still go on his show first. It's just the way they do on YouTube. You go on their show, they come on your show. Let me see who else in here. Michael P. Laramie, okay, he's been there. Michael Smith's been there. Fat Boy, ex-Fat Boy Lifestyle says, Indians aren't the only ones. Russians, Turkish, Germans, Americans. East Indians know how to snowball and multiple and apply any business they buy. Oh, X content. He said, I've been in trucking for 13 years. Uh, Not only do they own trucks, but they own gas stations. You see them parked out front. Thank you, Chris Lee TV. Those 7 people are silly and have no future vision. Silly rabbits. Oh yeah, I get a lot of emails. The truck is powder. The trailer is money. My cousin-in-law landed in NYC 20 years ago from Nigeria, got in his brother's taxi, and immediately asked how to buy property and business. They come here watching TV. And I'm not knocking Americans, but look, we watch the same TV they're watching overseas, and they're coming with new eyes, right? And no one wants to be uncomfortable. Oh, I don't want to be uncomfortable for a year or two, and it's so unfortunate. I mean, there's so many. Again, the books of the day: The One Thing, Gary Keller, Compound Effect, and the Slight Edge. Michael Smith, where do African Americans get business grants in the States? Instead of focusing on business grants, Michael Smith, focus on business lines of credit, business loans, equipment loans. There's a million type of loans. I think we've been sold this farce of getting grants. Are there grants out there? Sure, for veterans, for the disabled, for lots of people. But it's a lot easier, a lot quicker if you focus on getting the business loans. Americans think they have the luxury of being lazy. I like the way you put that. That's interesting. They think they have let me read that again. Americans think that we have the luxury of laziness. I like that. Blinded by materialism. Interesting. LRT. Eric, I've been in trucking business since 1996. I've been telling my brothers, and I'm African American. I have 3 trucks rolling since 2003. Congratulations. The same people are trying to save from the Matrix will attack you instead of thanking you. So, Carlos, Jean, this is what I've learned is there's a book that says do not give people advice unasked for because it'll make them angry. And it's true. Like the more I'm like, oh, you have to wait for people to come to you when they need advice, apparently. Herbert Scott, Warren Buffett says only invest in what you know. Most people are not into transportation or logistics, no matter how enticing or passive the income sounds. Very true, Herbert Scott, but let's even take it one step further. Most people know nothing. Let me say that again, Herbert Scott. Most people know nothing. Why do I say that? Because it takes just a little bit more to train yourself, to educate yourself, to get yourself around like minded people. If you're not growing, you're dying. And unfortunately, I'm going to say this, Herbert Scott, and it doesn't mean you, but there's a lot of young people who will spend hours and hours a day on Instagram perfecting a picture. They'll spend hours and hours a day on Facebook perfecting and arguing about politics. They'll spend hours and hours a day Googling and cycling about some celebrity's life. To say that you as an American do not have the energy or the capacity to study for 4 hours a day for a week to find out more about trucking, that is disingenuous. Not that you are disingenuous, but as an American who thinks, I'm not familiar with it, I won't do it, that is lazy. That is the definition of lazy because same person will research the lines of every movie on Netflix before they will figure out trucking. Rita Starks, I know a retired trucker that invested in mutual funds and stocks, left $1 million estate to his family. Don't understand why he didn't buy a truck. Rita, me neither. Thank you, Sonia Ross. This is your first time listening to you. Welcome to the show. Trucking is a money pit business. High maintenance, DO2 on your R. Sorry, truckers, drivers abusing your trucks. You go through drivers like waters. Carlito Jackson, maybe we need to refresh or re-examine your operations manual and also your credit lines. Let us know. Newport News, LRT is from Trent Hill, or he's from Houston, Texas. Thank you, Jamar Doggett, for the $2 super chat. Congratulations, Michael Smith. Thank you, Dewan. Leader, trucking is not a money pit business. Billions of dollars in trucking. I drive Uber in New Orleans. Mardi Gras, we do $2,500 to $3,000 a week. It's a great city to invest in. Danny Jasmine, do you understand why I'm like, I might as well just buy the condo and partner with, there's 2 other people who want to partner, and buy this condo and let's Airbnb it out the rest of the year and mark off Mardi Gras and mark off the time I'm going for the conferences. Different way to think. From Chicago, but live in Phoenix City. The money is in freight brokerage, not trucker ownership. Carlito D. Jackson, thank you for your opinion. Alicia, Anthony, Erica, you always give out the best information. Herbert Scott, Keller's Y sounds like Socratic method. Possibly. Peace, Erica from Arlington. Why are there so many likes for this site? I don't know, you guys. Like, it's 180 of y'all in here. Definitely hit the like button. Show Skynet that you like the information. Taking my CDLs next week. Congratulations. Charles Ogilvy, yo! Cash flow quadrant, pour money into assets, then spend the residual income off from assets if you want to ball out. Facts. Rockwell gave $10 super chat. Erica, can you please give me Charles Ogilvy group funding email that he mentioned Wednesday? Thank you for the $10 super chat. And for that, sure. I'm pretty sure it was membership. I'm going to type it in here. Charles Ogilvy or anybody see this super chat, please refer to him. Membership at Todd Capital. Wait, is it Todd Capital? ToddCapital.com. Anybody in the comments see his super chat, please respond if I'm wrong. But last time I checked, it was membership at ToddCapital.com. If Charles Ogilvy is still in here, please answer Rockwell. Thank you, Jay Charles, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, Ron Bond, for the $2 super chat. Thank you, Charles Ogilvy, for the $4.99 super chat. Where are we at here? Let me finish out some of this. And then we can go on to finish to the other parts. Let me see here. You guys are hilarious. He can get the Gerber life insurance without having the health exam. I know it's for kids, but they do have some for adults too. Mirror Beauty. Great informational video. Charles Ogilvy from Rick Carter. You guys, Charles Ogilvy, you can add him in the comments if he's still here. JB, I'm a teacher. I'm about to resign and get in the truck in myself. JB, so you're leaving teaching for more money is what you're saying? I have a friend that got his CDL license last Monday, and he is on the team driving, making $3,000 a trip for 13 trips. Congratulations. Hello, Mike Jones. Sharon Douglas, want to buy properties in Detroit, but no jobs there. Sharon Jones, it depends on what type of job you're talking about. There are tech jobs there. There are a lot of tech and startup companies moving to Detroit. People have to be, this is part of what we're talking about with the slight edge and compound effect. You have to mold to the jobs that are in your area. You have to change. Now, when a lot of times you talk to factory workers who've been working at factories for 20 years and they knew the factories were going away, and you go, why didn't you go to school for nursing? Why didn't you go to school for something? Why didn't you go to school for anything other than this? Oh, man, Erica, that's so much work. I'm just trying to enjoy my life. I got all these kids. Okay, once those kids leave the house, you still are going to have to financially provide for yourself. This all goes back to at some point we must improve ourselves, even if it's just a little bit. I'm not even asking y'all to change your whole life. I'm just talking about a little bit. Tony G. Indianapolis, hello. Panther Knowledge. Nicole is not, honestly, I don't even think it's African Americans tricking that much. I think a lot of it is other folks in America tricking. Battle Buddy Bob Hunt, San Antonio. From Queens. Please come to West Palm Beach, Florida. Man. Sub-Zero 3639. That's his name. That's his channel. He'll be coming on. Sub-Zero 3639 trains Salesforce. Most likely get no resistance from hidden powers that should be. Thus the okay, got you. Where Panther Knowledge? Anywhere commercial loans. You can even get in-house financing. A real engineer. Grants for veterans are different things, right? So like even in real estate, if you come to Texas, it's not guaranteed, but it kind of is. It's a 1 acre lot in the state of Texas for you to build your home if you're a veteran. And so usually you just try to go to areas where you can build your on your lot, on your acre for your family. Mind over matter. Congratulations. He's opening. I think Freightliner. It was either Volvo or Freightliner. It's what's most popular in this area here. Bling Kong. Yep, I heard Ken McRoy say the poor don't invest, middle class spend, and invest in what's left. And that ends up being saved for an emergency. Stephen Lott, the wealthy invest first and spend on themselves from cash flow. Mike Jones, ignorance is bliss. But that's the problem. Ignorance isn't bliss. Ignorance is bliss to the ignorant. It's a quote, but I can't remember it exactly. But ignorance pisses everybody else's off. It's only bliss to them. He says, I'm a retired Army logistics, and I'll tell you, trucking has so much financial opportunity. That's the correct email. Thank you, Lance Pettyway. So again, thank you, Rockwell, for the $10 super chat. He asked that we give him Charles Ogilvy's group funding email that he mentioned Wednesday, and it is membership at toddcapital.com. Macon, Georgia. Jabras, the best thing to do is grab the Hood Estates course. It's $347. It's usually $500. It's on sale. The code is Thanks Trucking. You can go in there and go through all of that. When I'm done with my process, I can give a review on how they worked with me. I didn't like the way that people were handled me in Texas, so that's why in North Carolina, working through a company in North Carolina. Proverbs 23:9. Speak not for the ears of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of thy words. Very true. Man, KG. How about my dad's been a trucker for 20 years and doesn't want to get a truck? He just stuck on wanting to work for other. KG, here's your thing. You could still go buy a truck. I mean, go get that Hood Estates program and see. There's a million ways to make money, right? Like there's a million ways to be a doctor. There's a million ways to be a nurse. They got traveling nurses. They got traveling doctors. They got overseas nurses. They got all kind of stuff. Same thing with trucking. This is just one sliver of the industry. Just one sliver of the industry that shows you how you can do this. Just using the truck as a tool. That's all. Yes, I still do credit. I don't do any trade lines. I recommend a company you could go get trade lines from. It depends, Alejandro. A lot of times you try not to get a truck that's too old. So you want to do like before it's too technical with all the computer stuff on top of the truck, but not too old. So 2014 to 2017, really 2012 to 2015, if you want to be honest. Um, the price is kind of high depending on what you're doing. Thank you, Raphael Husbands, membership at Capital Todd. KG, man, I tried that. He just wanted to be a company driver. Well, KG, just do your own thing. KG, go get the Hood Estates program. Go buy a truck and just get another driver. You don't have to use your dad. You can get somebody else. You can't convince your family. You have to go do what you got to do. Udemy is where I spend my time. And Joshua Landrum, as long as you spend an hour or 2 hours in Udemy studying, researching, and then you take that information and do some action with it, whole different life in 5 years. No, Jawan, Laird, or Brian, all you have to do is Google veteran real estate benefits in Texas. I'm not going to email y'all stuff y'all can Google. Go Google veterans real estate benefits in Texas. Sharing Douglas, I want to buy properties in Detroit, but I keep hearing people can't pay the rent because they have no jobs. Rent in Detroit is $600. What are you talking about? $700. And let's be really honest, Sharing Douglas, go across town and go on realtor.com right now. You can do it right now. I don't care if you leave the show. Realtor.com and go look up homes in Detroit. You're seeing $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 jobs. So people are working. Come on now. Don't fall for the okie doke. That way. Urban Nomad, best website to post home rentals and also best book for landlords. Urban Nomad, that's a whole nother conversation. But definitely put some super chat in here. We'll try to go into it. That's very true. BligCom, many local unemployment offices will pay you for training and have you do your homework to contact them and find out how to get approved. Very true. Even in Texas, the people that turn the signs, $18, $20 an hour. In the summertime, they offer it everywhere at the workforce place. Oh, you got me. Q James hurting my feelings. Erica, do you think they will get rid of Coach Mo this year at the end of the ECU sitting? We lost big yesterday. We lost 56-6 or something like that. It was disgusting. Yeah, Coach Mo's going to go. And the sad part is Oklahoma Boomer Sooners should thank us every year because we refuse to pay Ridley Scott. Then we let go of Coach McNeil, and now they're going to be over there running a dynasty for the next 10 years. I promise you. Straight dynasty. Erica, what is the link to the Hood States program? Okay, since I couldn't get my folks to post it in, my mods to post it in, I will post it in here, and I will also post the link for the video we just saw. Give me a second. I'm doing it right now. Put any questions you have related to trucking and what I'll see in the next 10 years, because a lot of people are like, oh, Erica, what about driverless trucks? Driverless trucks are going to come and it's going to be completely different. And I'm like, no, it's not, because you have enough lobbyists making killer money. You think they're going to let them come in there with driverless trucks? You got another 20 years for that rolls through. And I'm telling y'all, that's what you have. All right, here is the trucking. Here's the trucking link. And here is, it's going to be THANKSTRUCKING is the code. Putting it in there right now. It's 30% off. It's $347. I even told y'all about Hood Estates. If you go to their link too, from there, they have an intro video that's $27 to give you an overview of the course. So many of you are like, well, Eric, I just don't know. Raphael's husband, yes, that's his URL code, but his email was different. Again, you can always go back to the old video. I actually put it there in that video. Here we go. Here is the trucking. Again, THANKSTRUCKING is the code. THANKSTRUCKING. Trucking is the code. There we go. Should be in there. Here's the article about Wyoming. I'm putting that in there as well. Again, I always make blog articles, not necessarily the same day, but usually around the same day. Okay, I hope y'all saw that. All right, it's 194 of y'all in here. Make sure you hit the like button. Joshua Landron, always go to the links we have. I'll even put my link in there again if you're looking for basically a consult, which is what you're looking for. It's in the comment section. You can always go get the link out of the comment section. Because the only specials I have right now are the tax lien course half off and the bank book for $20. That's it for right now. And this thing I'm mentioning right now. So let's see. Anything else y'all guys have in here? There are some community colleges that offer CDL as well. That's very true. That opens up the opportunity to use Pell Grants, county grants. I've been driving for 5 years. What specialized knowledge in this Hood Estate trucking course? Michael Smith, go on over there to their website and you can see it. You can go review every bit of it. It's how to be an owner. You're tight. All trucking companies will stick to you if you have a greenhorn. Okay. Okay. All right. What else you got going on here? Yeah, if y'all didn't see that Todd Capital video, definitely go check it out. There's 200 of y'all in here. Definitely hit the like button if you want to go check out that Todd Capital video. I think it's hot stuff. And Mob Million, you are removed from the channel. You're done. All right. So anyway, you guys, but yeah, it's 198 of y'all in here. Definitely hit the like button. If you didn't check out the video with Terry talking about how to make $1,000 a day in stocks, definitely check it up. If you didn't check out the FidCon package, missing out. Somebody asked me about Terry's information. Terry has a class that's $2,000. I'll just put it that way. And she's putting an intro video in a bundle for 197. So you know what I mean? That video alone, once I watched it, I was like, all this information up in here. So that's one. Charles Ogilvie had a Black Friday special. He was giving his long distance real estate class for $50. I shared that the other day. Oh, Hilltop. Thank you. Good information. Battle Buddy Bob Hunt. I should be charging for this information. myarmybenefits.usa.army.mil. Even for Texas, you literally Google will help y'all. Bama Blood. I got my CDL recently driving over the road. This stuff sucks. Okay, Bama, then you can literally do what? Own a truck and don't drive anymore. That's what you can do. Can you put the link for the stock course for 197? So she's a part of the bundle. The bundle, inside the bundle, there are over 20 courses. Her stock class is $2,000, but she's giving an intro video in that section for just it's a part of the bundle. Give me a second and I'll put the link in there. But I'm just saying there's a lot of opportunity and things that bring to the channel. It's up to you to do research, due diligence, if this works for you, if it's in your future. But when people tell me that, oh man, American Dream's dead, um, please don't at me in the comments. Thank you for whatever you're trying to say to me, but don't at me in the comments. It comes off as a bright red. It's really eye annoying. Urban Nomad, thanks for $10 super chat. Best website to post home rentals and also best book for landlords. I would use Kazi. Thank you for the super chat, supporting the channel. Kazi is really great for landlords. COSY. Kazi, or if you Google it, you'll see Kazi with an I or Y. Depending on how you Google it, it's a great app. You can actually run background checks and people can pay their rent through it. What is the best website to post your home rentals? All of them. Literally all of them. You can post through MLS, like realtor.com. You can post on Craigslist. You can post with agents who will do it for you. It depends on if it's a home. If you're looking for longer contracts, there's certain times you can actually get agents who will literally pitch it out to everybody, send it out their email list. It depends. Depends. What city and state are you in? That would help me a lot. Kazi with a Z. Giant Lifestyle, we've already talked about how like the number one folks starting like low tech companies, medical supply is one of them. Yeah. Y'all gonna have any sales on these classes around tax season? KG, I'm actually not in charge of this. I didn't put this bundle together. I was just reached out to people that I met at Fincon to put this bundle together. What did I want to add to it? I put the Smartphone Millionaire book in it. Other people put different things in it, and I thought, wow, this is a hit out of the park. Someone's in the class teaching how to write ebooks, how to make money off ebooks. Somebody's teaching travel fund workshop. Somebody else is teaching how to invest in stocks. Another like stocks 101, and then Terry, who I brought on the channel, is teaching you how to make $1,000 a day trading / swing trading. There's another person in there who's teaching home ownership 101. There's a budget workbook. There's another planner. There's several things in that bundle. Hence why I joined it. And I was like, I'm so amazed to be a part of it. So. Roscoe, I'm not gonna read that. I want to own and not drive. How much is the trucking course and where do I get it from? I just put like 50 links if you roll up of trucking. It's a bit.ly.truckingbiz. Any of the moderators see the bit.ly/truckingbiz. Put that in the comments. I've put it in there several times. Just roll back up in the comment section and click on it. The code for 30% off is THANKSTRUCKING. Thanks as in THANKS trucking. Drea O, that's correct. It is not attainable for people who are not experienced. She tells you in the video when she came on here The goal is if you just made 100 a day, that was well worth it. Okay? And then as you get time and you get in groups, you can learn. Again, experience. She even has a stimulator in her course to help you practice on her because they're not cheap. You're spending $300 or $400 for some of those. And it's a part of her course when you buy it. So next, try me again. What else we got in here? Anyway, the point of me talking about this, all of this, and showing this, which, and showing all this is people learn to work around. This guy realized with his beard and his life, he was not going to be able to just have an office job. And instead of trying to force his way into offices that would not want him there, he did what? He created a solution for himself. And no matter how many people will say, well, Erica, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. What you're saying is you want a company to take you as you are, regardless of the fact they don't want you there. It's your American right to be there. And you do not want to create an opportunity for yourself. And that's okay. Just wake up to the fact that you don't want to do the work, and that's okay. Rachel, Todd Capital Webinars is $150, but he had a 50% off sale on Black Friday, correct? Is there enough actionable game in the stock portion of the bundle? I can't spare. Oh, no, Michael Smith. It is in the bundle. You're basically getting a really great video from her. And at the end, she has a surprise where she actually gives a great half off coupon for those who actually are in the bundle and watch it. So you don't even get the stock class for 2, you get stock class for 1. And again, if you didn't watch my yesterday's video, let me make it very clear. For those of you who are saying, Erica, I want to go in trucking, I want to go in real estate, I want to buy apartments. If you don't have 1,000 set aside, if you don't have 10,000 set aside, that is not for you. Let's do this again. Let's all get realistic and do a self-awareness. Why am I showing this trucking? Because those Sikhs are getting in where they fit in. They can't get an office. People don't want to hire them here, hire them there. But guess what? They can drive a truck and they can own trucks. So a lot of you have to get in where you fit in. Thank you, Kahari Construction, for loving the show. But again, it is a time for y'all to do a self-assessment. Where are you at in your life financially? And where could you be in 5 years if you want it to be? But the problem is we have a lot of people who are not doing a self-awareness check. If you don't have just 1,000 to go into any kind of day trading, don't do it. And even people, if you watch, if you go on Ricky Gutierrez and some of these other kids' channels, they're talking about $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Don't do it. So if you don't have the money for some of these courses, which are $197, $150, $50, like the only thing you need to be focusing on right now, which I did the video yesterday and I'll say it again, is just getting an extra $500 to $1,000 a month and putting it away. Because if you don't have that kind of bread flow, it's not what you need to be doing. It's not what you need to be doing, period. There's no wild ass scheme that's going to get you there. There's no tricks to be hopping through to get you there. This is just actually doing the work. It's going to get you there. Actually cleaning the credit is actually going to get you there. Actually making more money is going to get you there. That's the only way you're going to get there. That's it. That's it. And I know that's unpopular. I know people hate that. They don't like it when I say that. But that is what it is. Roscoe, making a few hundred a day, swing trading or day trading is a lot better than nothing, for sure. I'm pumped about this information. You need to have money to lose if you're ever going to. Roscoe, even in her video where she talks about this can't be $1,000 you use for rent money next month. This is not some kind of flip. This isn't some kind of hustle. This is a consistent building of work. You cannot need that money tomorrow. Fat boy lifestyle. Being a trucker driver saved my life. I made over 6 figures consistently while my friends with degrees have been struggling to make car payments and to keep their phone bill paid. Fat boy lifestyle. Let me tell you, there's so many people right now I know who struggle to stay where they are. But you know what? Their whole focus is, when can they go to the next concert? When can they go to ACL in Austin? When can they go do this other stuff? Because they think they have the time to punt the football. They don't have the time. That time does not exist. It really, really doesn't. Not to mention you also need powerful computers. Roscoe, let's change that. She actually was doing it from her phone. She was overseas. She's been traveling to 9 countries. She's been traveling trading from her phone. There's a lot of technique where people put in stop puts and stop losses in their phone. Put that bread flow into real estate, dividend paying stocks, preferably Roth IRAs. It's called delayed gratification. And Dre, oh, we don't have that. We don't have that in America anymore. We don't. People are on Instagram and Erica, if the 19-year-old dude can do that with his credit, why can't I? Because you're 35 with a kid and a wife and you done messed up your credit 7 times. That's why. Some of these things, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like, it's almost like I have to be jerkish because people don't get it. Ex fat boy lifestyle. I lost 100 pounds while being an over road trucker. Congratulations, dude. There's some video I have on here. I don't even want to show my face. I'm trying to lose this weight. People be like, Eric, I saw you in this video. Mind your business. It's a consistency. It's not a one day thing. Michael Smith, what do you think about the upcoming recession? 19, 20, 21, 22? It's hard to say, but it'll hit some people and not hit others. There's tech people right now who are just loving their life and they're going to be just fine. Sorry, took a water break. I forgot the trucking street is still on there. Sorry, you guys. So anyway, I didn't want to go too harsh or be ranting. I just want to show y'all this because here comes another group of Americans who are going to come in here and they're going to come in here and in 10 years they're going to be writing articles talking about, oh my god, the Sikh American trucking industry. And people are going to say, whoa, 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 wait a minute. Wait a minute. What happened to old Billy Bob? What happened to Jeff? What happened to... I truly believe that we are already into a minority phase, right? Now, what do I mean? Minority majority phase. In Texas alone, 7 million of the children, out of 7 million children in Texas, half are Hispanic. Out of many of these truck drivers you're seeing, they're everything but white. They may look like a white guy beside you, but he starts talking, he may be Brazilian, he may be Russian, he may be German. The America that you know is changing, and you have to decide, are you going to get in and change with it? Or are you going to just kick over your feet and just quit? And, I complain a lot of this to my friends and family. Like, you can't live in a town and not go to the events and not volunteer and not be a part of the community because you're going to miss out on what's going on in your local community. What's going on in your community will pass you right by. Raining woman. Yep, I trade Forex for my phone or laptop and profit about 1,000 minimum a month. Yeah, and it takes a lot of skill and discipline. I mean, you see a lot of these videos on YouTube where people are trying to grow their Robinhood accounts. I mean, pay attention. It's happening all around you. So there's a million ways to make money. It's just choose one. You can't say no to everything, and that's my whole point. I'm talking about this trucking course because a lot of people are like, "Well, I know a trucker or I know somebody," and it's like, get out there and go grab it for yourself. Oh, ex fat boy trucker said, how do you lose 100 pounds? He went to the gym. He has 2 gym memberships, LA Fitness and Planet Fitness. I keep protein mix in my truck. Good for you. Oh, no, 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 no. Now, Aldi Davis, trust me, I've listened to lots of Tim Wise. But you know what I've also seen from working with over 3,000 clients? A lot of people spending 20, 40,000 in credit cards on trips. So miss me with that. When I also see people on bigger pockets in forums telling you how they took a $20,000 credit card and put it down on a rental. So there is this mindset that people think that, well, this happened in the 60s and 70s and 80s. That's correct. But what I've asked you, what did you do the past 5 years in your life? What did you do the past 10 years in your life? You cannot blame mama and papa for your life. Now, again, there's something I'll tackle. In America, a lot of people say that, black people don't have any inheritance, and that's also a fact. And why do I say that? It's false. It's not a fact. A lot of people, where do you think all these wholesalers are getting real estate properties from? Moms and dads and grandpa and grandpas who die, boomers who die, and their family members don't want the property, and they just want to sell it and get rid of it. So what are they doing? Selling and get rid of their inheritance. I've told you story and story and story how there's whole families who inherited a house. It's got back taxes on it. Nobody wants to pay it and just rent the property out. Trust me, the whole thing that's going on in Philadelphia right now, the whole thing that's going on in Baltimore right now, the whole thing is going on all these different places. This is where people don't want to keep the properties. And let's keep it 100. Anything you own is going to need maintenance along the way. So what does that mean? Maintenance, maintenance. It means fixing the blinds, fixing the windows. Even if you do one thing a month, fixing it and having it to be at your disposal. I love what Tim Wise brings up. I love the fact that we can point out places like Iowa and Indiana and parts of California where people are unfairly stopped or prisoned or whatever you want to say, but we'll still ask those same people what they did with their money the past 5 and 10 years. And again, the money's there. It's the choices. So Roscoe, $5 from chat. How much would you charge to make 1,000 book reading list? Here's the thing, Roscoe. It's not always about the reading. It's the reading and the implement. Like, are you going to use what we just read? If I give you the 4-hour work week and I go, hey, did you do A, B, and C? Or if I gave you the one thing by Gary Keller, did you change anything? Did you hour block your time this week? These are all the real questions. But every time I think about putting a book list together, I'm just like, I'd forget about it. So anyway, look, I love y'all. Queen Bell, give them straight backs. Listen, I love y'all. You guys have been great. This has been a great show. I didn't want to rant too much. I don't want to go on too long, but I just wanted to show that like the next set of American millionaires will most likely not like you, because these are people coming to America with fresh eyes, like wanting to be a part of it. Even when I was talking on my Instagram show earlier, there's a guy who started a supplement company from his bedroom. And while he was overseas, military, his family shipped out the 1 or 2 orders he would get. And then by the time he's now a $3 million company in Austin, Texas, his brother works with him. And they're all pushing, making this company grow via Instagram. Via Instagram. And so when people sit here and tell me, oh, Eric, I don't know, I'm tired of the excuses. We can give all the 50,000 reasons why something was unjustly, unfairly done to you or your family. We can do that. Or we can say, hey, Erica, for the next 36 months, this is what I'm going to do. The next 36 months, I'm going to put every dollar to this. The next 36 months, I'm not going to be just crying for comfort. I'm going to actually make productive strides. That's what we can do. So I have a link on my blog, Erica's Favorite Things, and it has a list of books in there. It's only like 20 books though. ADL Davis. I'll put it to you this way. Why are you here on the show? Why are you here? Why are you here? Do you like the content? This is a progressive, moving forward, content driven channel. Only thing we go here is forward. We can review thousands of years of history. But if you can't tell me what you're going to do in the next 24 to 36 months, because here's the math, and this is how I know you missed everything of what I just said. I'm not going to block you off the channel just yet, because I feel like you're kind of trolling me. But I want to just put the math here. In 2 years, 30,000 Sikhs joined trucking. 2 years. Now, this guy's been doing it. The original guy in the article has been doing it for 13 years, owned 9 rigs in a truck stop. Now, if you tell me 30,000 Sikhs in 2 years got trucking license, if each one of those bad boys in 5 years from now buys 3 trucks, that'll be 90,000 trucks. Not if they all buy 9 trucks, like the dude that's in the article, there'll be 270,000 trucks on the road owned by Sikhs. That is slightly dominating an industry. In under what? Probably 10 years? This isn't about I'm not going to get upset, but I just want to show you how you completely missed the whole conversation. It starts with you. And if each one teach one, this is a method from, they had the talent at 10th, they had all this stuff, they were talking about these theories, but what they really play out in life is if one person teaches 10, each one teach one. But if I teach 1,000 people and those 1,000 people teach 10, okay, that means what? That's 10,000 or 100,000 people, some craziness, but you got to keep doing that math. But what you're doing right now is you're giving me resistance on a show for why? For why? If you don't like the content, leave. If you don't like the answer, leave. It's just that simple. You're giving resistance to a show. You're stopping the flow of energy and the flow of conversation because you don't agree. You go, but look over here. This is what ABL does occasionally. He gets on the show and he goes, but no. right? I'm just giving you opportunities. I'm just showing you examples of things you could use, things you could do, courses you could invest in, an opportunity. You don't like the opportunity, walk away. You did? Let me see what y'all had to say here. Oh, I'm tired. But anyway. Oh, Maurice Anderson. I'm not going to read that. I can't even read that. I'm going to get flagged on YouTube. Herbert Scott, Roscoe, watch her whole catalog of videos. Over 1,000 books have been listed. Probably. Oh, yeah. Michael Smith. He's in Oakland, California, and he knows his heart breaks when grandmas die and grandkids sell it for gentrification. You know how many phone calls I get about people selling $1 million homes in California? Shaniqua Baker, her whole multi-million-dollar real estate industry is built off the fact that her parents sold their house for like 400,000 to their neighbor, who in turn, when they sold it to him and he haggled them down for the price because they were so ready to get out of California, he turned around, worked on it, sold it for 600,000. And he tried to play off like, "Oh, I just want this house for my kid." No, no, no. He didn't want it for his son and his future son and daughter. He did it, fixed it, turned around and doubled the price on it. Then somebody else bought it from him, turned around and sold it for 1.2 million later. So her whole story is my parents sold a house for 300,000 that was really worth 1.2 million in 3 years. Come on, people. I mean, people. Woof, I'm exhausted. For ex Fat Boy Lifestyle said it happened for me when I went to Six Flag and I couldn't fit in the rides. Man, it happens when you watch pictures of yourself. Anything. Yeah, CJ, you missed it. James Bond. I just made 7K from Black Friday sales from Instagram. Put in work, fam. King Nick, I love your channel. Send him to the wall. Oh, Shay every time he's like, to the wall. To the wall you go. There you go. Exactly, King Nick. Oh man, Michael Smith. He said Dr. Boyce Wise said we can erase the wealth gap with one generation by investing in stock market. No, no, here's the thing. You know what the wealth gap comes down to number wise? $68,000. $68,000. So let's just do the basic math. If you buy $100,000 house in Georgia and you pay it off for 15 years, okay, and you have no other debt, you've already beat the wealth gap. Ta-da, you beat it. Look at you. Let's say you don't buy a house. Let's say you put 100,000 away in your 401k and you have no other debts. Your car's paid off in the 50, all your debts paid off, your student loans, everything, all your credit cards. Oh, you just beat the wealth gap. Ta-da! I mean, these people are killing me with this. Option sellers just tanked 150 million client investments. Haters gonna hate. We are progressively classic climbers, dude. I have a bunch of gear I want to put up that said classy climbers on it, but I just don't even know. Miss Erica, have you studied Frisco, Texas? I think about Red Springs and Dillon, South Carolina, as a parallel. You said parallel? What do you mean? You mean because they're so low and cheap of cost? I bought the fit course. No, Erica, don't give them the energy. Oh, Zai Johnson. I mean, I listen. If you don't do nothing, I'm sorry, I didn't kick the table. If you don't do nothing but watch that one video, trust me, you got your money's worth and then some. Just game on game on game. Robert E. Smith is also a big deal. I mean, he's just a big deal. Mm-hmm. That is all it is, CJ. I'm not even joking. Go look at the actual article. See, everybody saw the article and said, Black people will never catch up for 100 years. Hispanic and Black people will have no wealth in 50 years. But what they didn't read when they actually read the article, they said the number was 68,000 to 100,000. And so everybody's jumping off cliffs and dying. And I'm like, you know why they said that in 50 years you won't have anything? Because you don't buy real estate, you don't buy stocks, you don't invest in your 401k. So they just took a map and did a projection that you're going to keep doing that for 50 years. And so in 50 years, while everybody else is invested in their 401ks and invested with real estate, you're going to be the same community that's broke. Okay. See how they just did you like that? Don't let them do you like that. Well, here's the thing, ADL Davis. I don't think we're at a standstill. I think what you see is a lack of news articles. Now, did anybody, before I showed you this news article, did anybody know 30,000 Sikhs had in 2 years joined the trucking industry? No, you didn't. So just like you go on Instagram and there's all these black people traveling and going on group stuff. And when I went to FidCon, all these black finance people were all in the room speaking on stage, millionaires. No, I didn't know that because it's not promoted. It's not the mainstream news. Anyway, well, I'm out of here. I gave you all the facts. I did all I could do for tonight. As you can see, 30,000 Sikhs is probably going to dominate in about 10 years. They're going to be just owning up everything. Every truck stop, everything. Like I could even do a video and go in here and show you loopnet.com and show you truck stops for sale. I could go in here and show you hotel motels for sale and show you who's selling them. So, okay, hold on. This might entertain me. Rock store. Frisco was once a ghost town a decade ago, like Dillon. Looking past the upcoming recession to the next growth explosion, including okay, we're saying. So yeah, I mean look up Austin. If you're interested in ghost towns, look up Asheville, North Carolina. It was a ghost town to the 80s, and let's be honest, a lot of gay people and a lot of white people from New York came down, flew down with their money, leaving New York because in the 80s New York was still already getting expensive, and said, "What can we do? We can start over in this little nowhere town that's a ghost town." Bought up all downtown, and now look at Asheville. 8 breweries, multiple hotels, the whole Biltmore, everything is like amazing attraction. Again, exactly, Fat Boy. Let's up. Black folks in GA are winning. You have to change your social structure and get around people who are shakers. Man, black people in a lot of places winning. Houston, parts of DeSoto, Texas, where a lot of black millionaires live, parts of Dallas. People winning all over. It's just you don't see the news on people winning. You keep seeing the news on people getting shot, people losing, car stops with the police. These are the things they focus on. And honestly, you know how many messages I get from people like, why do you even waste your time? Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time telling these people. They don't want to believe that. Come over here, invest with our group, and don't even talk about it. How much flack Charles Ogilvy and a lot of people get? They tell them don't waste your time. Anyway, so again, oh, D Wayne for sure. That's how they gonna make their money. For sure, buying the truck stops. For sure, every day. Anyway, you guys, everybody have a great night. It's been entertaining. You guys have been hilarious. Thank you for all the super chats from Charles Ogilvy to everybody else to you name it who super chatted. We had Roscoe. Thank you for the super chat. I might try to throw a book list together. Urban Nomad. Thank you for the super chat. Who else? Who else? Rockwell. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Jay Charles, Ron Brown, Charles Ogilvy, Reigning Woman. Thank you, Jamar Doggett. Thank you, Mark DC1. Mark DC1. So anyway, thank y'all for supporting the channel. You make the channel great. You guys make it fun. You guys are interesting characters for sure. But I'll try to find more cool people to bring on to the show in the upcoming week. So again, thank you, Andre Hatchett. Please hit the like button, share, send this super chat, Erica. Thank you so much. Again, exactly, CJ. That's annoying about the Indians. Look how long we've known about the industry. Hope we don't get left behind. I mean, it will. That's what's gonna happen. So anyway, thank you guys always. You guys make this show fun. I try to come on here and be lighthearted and enjoy my time, but I lay out the breadcrumbs all over the place, and it's up to you to get them. But again, Hood Estates is doing their trucking course. Again, this is Hood Estates. Sandy and Packy own 40 plus properties in Jacksonville, Florida. They have all their kids working for them. They own multiple trucks. They don't be doing daily operations. If you go see their Instagram page, they just living the best life on a whole floor in Miami or something right now with a chef coming by. It looked like they live in like Grant Cardone. But I sit here and try to give you the breadcrumbs and y'all don't want them. So, I mean, it is what it is. So the FidCon package is great if you get that. The again, the tax liens is half off, and the bank book's going for 20, and the trucking Hood Estate course, which is the base of this video, is going for 30% off by using the code THANKSGIVING. Thank you for everybody who super chatted. Thank you for supporting the channel. You guys have an amazing night.